I would like to take this time to introduce Rebecca's maid of honors to the mic to say a few words, Dominic and Diana.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Diana, and this is Dominic, and together we are Becca's maids of honor.
Thank you all for being here today. We couldn't be happier that Becca and Steve finally get their day and that it is perfect. Thank you to the beautiful bride and the handsome groom for treating us to such an amazing day.
I met Becca 12 years ago during Frosh Week at Ottawa U. She was so bubbly, fun, and friendly, and of course, beautiful. There was never a period of us getting to know each other. We just met and we were instantly best friends. Every day after that was filled with movie nights on her and Meg's residence floors, watching a movie on a laptop, dressing up for nights out in Hull and then downtown, and skating on the canal, singing Taylor Swift and spinning each other around. We have filled the 12 years since with many memories of hiking, camping, biking, and dinner parties. Becca has been there for me for the best days and the worst. I'm just so thankful for our friendship, Becca, and I'm so happy to be celebrating today with you by your side.
Becca and I met 12 years ago when we were assigned to be lab partners in first-year chemistry at Ottawa U. You're probably thinking, how can someone look as gorgeous as Becca does in her wedding dress and also be smart? Well, Becca is the whole package. Our friendship started over Erlenmeyer flasks and chemical reactions, but behind those awful lab coats and safety goggles, we each found a soul sister. From the very first day we met, I knew that I had made a friend that I would have for the rest of my life, and I am honored to be a part of your special day.
I think everyone here today can agree that Becca is one of the best people they know. She's always positive and has an energy that shines on everyone she's around. So many people meet her and have an instant connection because she just has a way of making people feel special. She always has the time of day for you, and she's probably one of the best listeners you'll meet. She will ask question after question with genuine interest, and she'll remember every word you say. She is practical and not at all materialistic. I mean, she still has her pink-pilled fuzzy robe from high school that we finally forced her to replace for the sake of this marriage. She values people, the outdoors, and making memories, all the important things in life.
Because we think so highly of Becca, we had high expectations for her partner. Steve, as you know, the bride has 2 teachers as her besties. I don't know if you know this, but you have been under strict evaluation by Miss LaFave and Miss Hogan for the past 9 years. I'm sure you'll be pleased to find out that you've passed your final evaluation with a B+. Now, you would have received an A+, but you do a lot of crazy sports and dangerous activities, so we had to take off some marks. Also, Becca had a crush on you back in the 8th grade, but it took you like 9 years to make a move. Steve brings out Becca's sense of adventure, but at the same time balances her and keeps her grounded. He is the ultimate teammate, always supporting and encouraging her. He is also a great communicator. In the early days of being out at sea, Becca would be so excited to receive long love letters from her Stevie. She's just always been so smitten with you.
Steve, by now, we're sure you know how lucky you are to have Becca. Someone who loves to ski, so much in fact that she will happily tolerate joining you for touring, aka walking up the mountain in skis instead of taking a ski lift up like normal people. Your partner is someone who loves you and encourages your passions and your work. It can't be easy for her to watch you leave for weeks at a time to sail across the 7 seas of Canada. Although I can imagine most ladies here wouldn't mind shipping their men off for a week here or there.
Whether it be canoeing in Temagami, cycling in the Gatineau Hills, or water skiing in Calabogie, these two are the ultimate adventure buddies, making memories and sharing laughs along the way. We are excited to see the family and the life that you two build. We hope that you have many years to come of loving and enjoying life together. Please raise your glass to the happy couple. We love you. Cheers.
At this time, I'd like to see if there's any Michaels in the room. No. I'm just doing a quick mic check. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Carroll, the best man.
So I'm Mike, Steve's best man, and when he asked me about a week and a half ago to be his best man, felt super special, and then we showed up here tonight, and honestly, I'm not feeling so good about competition wasn't so stiff, so. Now, before I get into Steve and my love story, I'm going to start off with a question that honestly everybody's been asking me all night, and that's, Becca, are you being held against your will? No? You're okay? Okay. We'll continue. So Steve and I met in grade 9 or 10, I'm not sure. Classic romance. He showed up grade 9 or 10, and he was hanging out with some real weirdos, so I thought we'd ask him to come and hang out with us, and like his love of Justin Bieber and his haircut, we hit things off. So luckily we also had our rough upbringings in common, growing up in the wasteland of Dunrobin and both parents at home. It was tough to find somebody else who really understood that situation, so luckily Steve and I hit it off. So in high school, most of our time was spent Tokyo drifting in our parents' sports cars. Just really impressing all the ladies. So Brian and Heather, your mid-2000s minivan really hit it off. And if the looks didn't hook the girls, it was the 180 kilometer an hour top speed that really sent them over the edge. So we appreciate that. Also, I'm sorry that you had to sell it earlier than you expected. So with Steve, there were only 3 things he ever talked about. And that was being able to captain a ship full of as many men as possible, telling us that he needed another 30 minutes to blow dry his hair, and Rebecca. So the first time I met Becca was actually outside of Dave's house. I'm sure she loved being ambushed, being dripping in sweat after a run, so that Dave could introduce me to his hot model neighbor. That was great. She loved every minute of it. So it makes sense that she's the only thing that Steve's ever been able to focus on. ADHD's a hell of a drug, so she was the only thing that broke through. And I mean, look at her; she looks fantastic. I'm married though, so I'm sorry. So Steve or Panda is definitely better for having her. Definitely. That's his love name, so if anybody wants to call him Panda for the rest of the night, feel free. I'm sure he'll love it. Panda! We love you! So not only is she better looking, nicer, and smarter, she also looks a lot better in cutoff shorts. Our car rally, Steve really couldn't pull them off, honestly, but he's tried anyways. And I think I can speak for everybody here that we can't be happier for the two of you and what lies ahead. And I hope that the panda breeding program goes well and our kids can hang out soon. But we'll find out. So I'd like to raise a glass to Steve and Becca for a future of hitchhiking, spa dates, and happiness. Cheers.
There are some very special people that would like to say a few words. At this time, I would like to call upon Henry and Bev to give a few words of inspiration to the newlyweds.
I was going to say, before we start, I had all this memorized. And then there were some girls out there doing shots. And I got in the middle of it. Now I'm reading.
Perfect. So, good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bev.
My name is Henry.
And we are the enormously proud parents of Becca.
Rebecca.
Right over here. Yeah. And as is tradition, we've been asked to say a few words about our lovely daughter, on this special occasion.
Why don't we start by welcoming everybody and thanking you all for joining us for this wonderful celebration for, I'll say it again, our beautiful daughter Rebecca and her very handsome husband, Stephen.
It really is so nice to look out over the crowd tonight and see so many of our friends and family gathered together. It's very special, so thank you all for coming. So Henry, I suppose we should get to the part where we sing the praises of our beautiful, intelligent, and accomplished daughter.
Indeed, Bev, but first I thought maybe we should have a little fun, a little stroll down memory lane, hoping that there's a fun story or two about Rebecca from the last 30 years.
So Henry, I actually might have one or two cute little Becca stories up my sleeve here.
I'm sure you do.
And this one is one of my favorites. When Becca was about 2, and like a lot of little kids, she couldn't say certain words, and so she would make up words for different things. And one word that Becca struggled with was vacuum. And so her special word for vacuum was the waddy. And the whole thing about the waddy was Becca was terrified of the waddy. And any time that waddy came out of the closet, Becca would start crying and we'd have to pick her up, or she'd have to run to her room, and yeah, it was not good with the waddy. Yeah.
I would like to add that Becca's fear of the waddy came quite naturally. It was genetic. I believe Bev here has had a healthy fear of the waddy herself.
Yeah, I will admit to that, for sure. Okay. Another word that Becca came up with was dodle-do. And so that was her name for the telephone. And however, I am pleased to report that she never really did develop a big fear of the dodle-do. And over the years, she's actually spent a lot of time on the dodle-do. And in particular, I remember evenings when Becca was about 10 or 11 years old, the phone would ring, and I would answer it. And this little voice would say, "Hello, can I speak to Becca, please?" And that little voice actually belonged to Stevie, who's sitting right over here. And the two of them would start talking, and they would talk for hours, just like an old married couple. And now, fast forward 20 years later, they're a newly married couple. And I'm happy to report that they're still communicating, although it's not just the dodle-do now. It's FaceTiming, it's texting, it's emailing. So how things have changed over the last 20 years.
So one last story quickly, if I might, about Rebecca's penchant for naming things with, shall we say, unconventional words. Also, when she was very young, she decided that Grandma wasn't a sufficiently descriptive name for her lovely grandmother, Sheila, who lived with Grandpa George on their beautiful farm in West Carleton, complete with hay fields, a barn, and, of course, cows. Grandma Sheila ever after came to be known as Mama Moo, or Moo for short. And believe it or not, it's an endearing and loving handle that she still answers to this day. And in keeping with that theme, I want to add that several of the Lachlan grandchildren have the same trait. Kayla famously named Grandpa George Grumpy. And when Blair was just a wee lad, he dubbed me Hungry. So George and I became grumpy and hungry, which was a pretty apt description of us most Sunday mornings waiting for breakfast.
So those are definitely some beautiful memories and stories from the past. But let's fast forward to this day. And we have before us our beautiful, charming, intelligent, and loving daughter.
Rebecca, we promised that we would not embarrass you extolling your virtues and your accomplishments, of which there are many. However, we do want to mention one of your most beautiful and lovely qualities, You are now and have always been one of the kindest, sweetest, most thoughtful persons ever to come into this world. And the proof of that is evident in the love that you give and the love you receive from your extended family and your many, many wonderful friends.
To Heather and Brian, I can't see Heather, there's Heather, way over there. We want to thank you for raising such a kind, intelligent, hardworking, and sensitive young man. It is wonderful to see that your son and our daughter share so many common interests. They both love skiing, hiking, biking, traveling, and paddleboarding, to name just a few. Stevie, you are a wonderful addition to our family, so welcome. We could not be happier to have you aboard.
Back to our daughter. Get used to it, Steve. You know, Beck, you look so happy tonight. You're stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. And we love you ever so much. Our little girl has developed into an incredible young woman, and that makes both of us exceptionally proud of you. Love you.
To Rebecca and Stephen, we want to wish you a happy and healthy life, a wonderful marriage filled with laughter and joy. Be happy, laugh often, love easily, and forgive quickly. Please stand, everyone, and join us in a toast to the bride and groom. So love, laughter, and happily ever after to the wedding couple.
To Stephen and Rebecca.
Cheers.
May I call upon the two people that prove that sometimes it takes 3 times to create perfection. My parents, Brian and Heather, please come up to the mic and say some words of wisdom for the bride and the groom.
Welcome to my new family and friends. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Some of you, Steve's friends, I never even knew you were at our house till you told me. We are Heather and Brian, Steve's mother and dad, and it is a beautiful day when you are surrounded by friends and family that love you to share in their special day. Thank you for joining Heather and I as we celebrate this joyous occasion. I would also like to thank the wedding party. You have been part of Rebecca and Stephen's life for so long, and I know they are honored to have you. Where do we start with Stephen? Stephen was always in charge. At Christmas, he would always be the one handing out the presents and making sure everyone had their turn. If you were too slow at opening your gift, he would certainly help. He would also be in trouble at school for taking over the classroom, both good and bad. He had a knack of people following him. We were told at an early age he would be a person who would be in charge, such as a pilot or a captain of a ship. He preferred to make the decisions and not be told what to do, but now with Rebecca, he trusts and respects with her in command.
Stephen was also very determined. Skiing is a good example. It started with his first set of plastic skis given to him by his grandmother for Christmas. Even though they would not stay on, he was determined to make it to the end of the driveway. He progressed to racing at Calabogie, where he made it to the provincials. He was determined to be good at all types of skiing with his racing buddy, Mitch, which he would spend their lunch hour at the train park.
Rebecca also skied at Calabogie, and she would come over and ask us where he was at lunch, and we would have to tell her he was at the terrain park. That was actually the first time we got to know you. We didn't know about the phone calls earlier in your life. Oh, still me. Your determination was also shown in your boating interests. We did not see it in you at the time, but when we took you to Temagami, you were only 6 weeks old up in the boat. As a 1-year-old, you were sailing with us on our sailboat, and you were always close to the water. Your formal career started with your courses in England, and this enabled you to join a yacht as a bosun in the Med for 1 year. That led to your desire to drive the boat, and you left for school in Vancouver to be the master mariner. This is the time in the relationship when you and Rebecca were apart about 5 years, but you were both determined to make it work.
Stephen, as you all know, is an active thrill seeker. His grandma would take him everywhere when he was little, such as a petting zoo, crazy carpeting, down hills, fishing. And when asked which playground he wanted to go to, he would say all of them. So she would have to go to all of them. Some of his thrill-seeking adventures were skiing off the roof of our house and being towed behind a car to jump snowbanks with Mike and Mitch, which I was working evenings and I'd come home to this because Brian wasn't around, and I'd be like, okay, what are you up to now?
Yeah, we heard that.
He would also jump off the pool shed with Mitch, which led to his bridge and cliff jumping adventures. Stephen, being an active person, is good because Rebecca is just as active. They both tire me out some days. What are we going to do today? Well, maybe we'll go skiing and then biking and then we'll work out, and let's just do it all. This is good for the relationship as Becca is a go-getter, and between the two of them, they get things done, especially with her organization skills. So she knows how to channel his energy.
Steve, we are so proud of you and the person you have become. You worked hard to get to where you are and are determined to accomplish more, and we are sure you will do great things with the love and support of Rebecca. I am also happy your house is close by and it didn't come with a big garage, because I love having you over to work on your bike and motorcycle and together in your truck. I really do enjoy our time together. We love that you were close, and we enjoy the many visits as we can get from the both of you.
Rebecca, we are so thankful you have come into our lives. Rebecca has become a close daughter to share my many thoughtful times, beautiful memories, meaningful communication, many hugs, and support in all ways. You've always been there for me when I've reached out to you. I am so glad Rebecca and Stephen came together as more than just friends after knowing each other through the years. They have been through so much to make their relationship work, which shows their true love and devotion to each other. I have so much inspiration watching their lives unfold. Our hope is that you continue your relationship with communication, caring, understanding, and respect. Our wish to you both is to ride the ocean tides and be with each other through all the sunshine and storms of your lives. We hope your life is full of love and your love is full of life.
I would like to toast Rebecca and Steve. I wish happiness and love to both of you on your wedding day and always.
Cheers.
To Rebecca and Steve. Cheers. I was supposed to leave with some parting words of advice. Be best friends first, always give more than you receive, give each other room to grow. There will be good days and bad days, but always remember the good days. And always remember the reason you first fell in love. Thank you.
So just one more time, we'd really like to say thank you again for Rebecca and Steve, you guys letting us be your MCs this evening. We really appreciate it. We feel very special to be included in your big day. And we've heard some very beautiful words of wisdom from both the families and best friends of our beautiful bride and groom, but we haven't heard from the most important people of the evening. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Rebecca and Steve to the microphone to close out the evening with a few words.
Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness. We are so honored to have you all here tonight. We're humbled and grateful for your presence and your love and support. It's truly amazing. And this night was super worth the wait. It's incredibly special to see and spend time with our closest family and oldest friends, especially after so much time apart. You all took time out of your lives to be here, and some of you traveled across the country. It means so much to us, and We're so grateful. These are our 100 favorite people. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. It's really, really special.
Okay, well, your hands are up, so I just want to give a quick round of applause for my sisters for taking over the duty of wedding MCs. I didn't put this in the speech, but you guys did an amazing job, so thank you so much for that, and we loved the intro. But yeah, over the years, as a family of 3 kids, we have taken our turns ganging up on each other, and I guess tonight it was your turn to once again gang up against me and try and embarrass me. But, you know, who knows? You guys, I said maybe it'll be nice, but I did mention to you it's the wedding, not the roast of older brother, and I think you got the wedding hint, so that was amazing. Thank you. It's been great having them as sisters, and I'm so thankful that you've also taken Beck on as your sister as well. It means a lot, and it's so fun hanging out as a big crew. Okay, now to my parents. To my mother, thank you for nurturing me into the man that I am today. You have always provided me with love, healthy food, and supportive words. You taught me empathy and how to care for people. You taught me how to clean and be organized, which I'm sure my wife appreciates. Yes. I was your firstborn, and in the beginning you were probably unsure of what the world would bring to me. All I can say is with your guidance as my mother, the world has brought me lots of blessings, so thank you. To my father, thank you for raising me into the man that I am today. You have offered me guidance through all of life's choices. You have helped me when I have needed help, but you have also left me on my own when I had to learn a lesson. You continue to offer amazing tech support and mechanical advice. I hope to keep learning from you because I've always remembered the quote from Red Green, which goes, "If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy." So thank you.
That's so good.
To Rebecca's parents, Henry and Bev, thank you for raising such a beautiful, intelligent, and strong daughter. Henry, I know we were joking about the amount of goats that we would have to exchange to complete this marriage process, but there is no amount of goats to equal Rebecca. Aww. She is truly one in a million. It's been so much fun spending time with you guys over the years. Bev, I promise to keep skiing fast and never slow down. And Henry, I still remember that time leaving a family dinner when I went to hug you, awkwardly goodbye, and you said, "Don't hug me." I wish I would have known you just wanted a simple handshake. I thought you were giving the signal for hug. But maybe now that I'm family, we can do a hug. And after the wedding, we did do a hug. So I'm glad we're on those terms now. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your family. You guys have offered so much support for us over the years, and Rebecca and I are truly grateful for that.
Aww. Okay, guys, I have more sentimental vibes, so bear with me. Okay. To my wonderful parents, a simple thank you could never be enough, but this is my chance to share a few short lines about what you mean to me. I love you both so much. Mom, there are so many things I could say about you. You're everything to me. My constant loving support every day of life. You are a role model for the ages, the epitome of kindness and dedication to your family. You're hardworking and smart and always demonstrating, not telling me how to be my best self. Everyone loves you, and I know why. You're beautiful inside and out. Thank you for everything. Also, you look fabulous tonight. I want to say a thank you to my mom's partner, Carl. Thank you for being my friend and for always welcoming us into your awesome life in Calabogie. We love it. Dad, our bond only deepens as time passes. You're a constant source of strength and wisdom, gently encouraging and guiding me through the years. We share a sense of wonder about the world and a love of reading and learning. I cherish our conversations over a cup of coffee, our all-time favorite beverage. You've been and continue to be a mentor, teacher, and role model for me in every aspect of life. I'm so fortunate to be your daughter. Thank you for everything. I'd also like to thank Farah, my dad's partner. Thank you for your friendship and your generosity and kindness. You're back there. Thank you, Farah. I love you. And to my new in-laws, Brian, Heather, Allie, Chrissy, and Nate. I'm so thrilled to officially join the crew after 9 years. We always have so much fun together, and I truly feel like I'm a part of your family, and I have for years. Thank you for your tireless love and support, and thank you for raising the man of my dreams. And I'm looking forward to so many more special times together.
To my groomsmen, to my bros, I'd like to thank you for keeping me out of trouble over the years, but unfortunately the case is the exact opposite. I can look at each one of you and think of the many times in which I followed you into an unfavorable situation. Some would say, even if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change any of it for the world. But not me. I would definitely change some of that. Hey, you know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you wiser. All jokes aside, you dudes have always been there for me. No matter what the reason, you guys have always answered the call and shown up. For this, I thank you.
My bridesmaids, you are all the sisters I never had. Dom, Diana, aka Hoagie, Sarah, and Meg. I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful for our friendships. You all did so much to make this day incredibly special. Almost all of my best memories involve you girls, and I couldn't have imagined this day without you by my side. Spending time together fills my heart with love, and it's nourishment for my soul. Thank you so much for your friendship, and I just love you so much. Thank you. Lastly, this wedding speech would not be complete without mentioning my grandparents. I'm fortunate beyond measure to have 3 grandparents joining me tonight. To my Oma, hi Oma, the matriarch of my world, who is 96, you mean so much to me, and my heart is overflowing with gratitude that you could join us tonight. Your strength of spirit, conviction, and steadfast commitment to your family will always inspire me. I love you so much. Everyone knows. And to my Moo and Grandpa, your 61-year marriage is a shining example of love and commitment, and I hold you as the exemplar in my mind. Our family has always come together around your table. You lead by example and with kindness. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me.
On behalf of my beautiful bride and myself, I'd like to say a final thank you to our friends and family who have traveled near and far to be with us on our special day. West to east, we have guests joining us from Vancouver, Penticton, Calgary, Toronto, Kingston, Fredericton, Moncton, and Halifax. We love you all, and it means the world to have you in our company tonight. Now please make sure your glasses are charged and join me in a toast. So I didn't know we were going with the nautical theme tonight, but I guess I didn't get the memo. Anyways, my toast tonight is short and sweet, and it goes, to the wind that blows, the ship that goes, and to the lass that loved a sailor. Cheers.
Cheers.